Hello and welcome back to another episode of Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. Now before we get into today's video, hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so we can reach 200 followers by the end of the year. And what a busy week it is. We've had Champions League action, we've had the expansion draft take place over in the NWSL, we've had some more trades announced, and we head towards the final set of fixtures across Europe before the winter break, and we'll crack on straight away with all the action that has taken place in the Champions League this past week. So obviously it was the sixth and final match day in this all new Champions League format, which is group stages introduced for the very first time. So we will start with the games that took place on Wednesday. So Barcelona, obviously current champions of the Champions League, and they had already qualified for the quarterfinal, and they are assured of their place, finishing top of Group C by beating Kuya 5-0 with Lieke Martins amongst the goal scorers, as well as Alexia Putellas, Leila Uwcl and Fridolina Rolfo and Ingrid Engen. Elsewhere, the other game in that group, Arsenal lost 4-1 to Hoffenheim. Three of the goals came quite early on in the second half after Uwcl scored early on for Hoffenheim, but however Arsenal still go through despite losing that game on a better goal difference than Hoffenheim. Elsewhere in Group D, Bayern Munich beat Benfica 4-0 to progress again as second place in their group, whilst the top of their group, Lyon, beat BK Hacker 4-0 to finish atop of the group. And then on Thursday in Group A, Juventus beat Servette Chenoy 4-0, and they have also progressed. They finished second place in Group A, and the team that finished top of the group was Wolfsburg, who beat Chelsea, last year's finalists, 4-0. A very easy game for Wolfsburg in the end after some very poor defending from Chelsea, who obviously will be disappointed not to go as far as they did last season, but it means they can now turn their attention fully to the FAWSL. And finally, in Group B, Real Madrid won 3-0 against Zayat Blood, and PSG beat Bridalbeck 6-0. So both of them progress, and the draw takes place on Monday afternoon for the quarterfinals. And reminder that the only rule that applies is teams from the same group. So, for instance, Arsenal versus Barcelona cannot happen again at this quarterfinal stage. However, you can face teams from your same country, so Real Madrid versus Barcelona is very much a possibility. Right, so now in terms of NWSL, so on Thursday evening, late on, this is UK time, the expansion draft took place between Angel City and San Diego Wave, and a few of the trades were announced after that. So San Diego Wave had selected Kristie Mewis of Houston Dash. However, once that trade window had opened up again, San Diego Wave sent Mewis to Gotham FC for $200,000 in allocation money. Elsewhere, the official trade for Alex Morgan to San Diego Wave had been confirmed. It was so Orlando Pride get Angahara James and $275,000 in allocation money, which is the largest in allocation money in NWSL history, and the San Diego Wave get US international Alex Morgan. So they are the two big standout stuff from the NWSL expansion draft and trades then announced afterwards. Also, the US women's soccer team announced that their player of the year was Lindsay Horan, so congratulations to her, and the young female player of the year goes to Trinity Rodman, who has had an excellent season with the Washington Spirit, where she won the NWSL Championship with the Spirit and was also named NWSL Rookie of the Year. So congratulations there to Trinity Rodman and Lindsay Horan. Right, now on to the fixtures for this weekend. We will start off with the game that we have tonight Over in the Netherlands, we have Zwolle versus Heerenveen in a couple of hours. Then on Sunday we have PSV versus Den Haag, Ajax versus Feyenoord, and Excelsior Barendrecht versus FC Twente. A reminder that these are the final set of fixtures here in the Netherlands until the 14th of January, so there'll be no news after Monday regards to the Netherlands. However, obviously if there's big transfers go down in the new year, then obviously I will announce them. Over in Germany, we have one game today in the Frauen Bundesliga, which sees FC Cologne take on SGS Essen at 6:15. These are all UK times, remember, when I announce the times. And then Saturday, it's Freiburg versus Hoffenheim at midday. And then the rest of the games on Sunday, you have Sand taking on Eintracht Frankfurt, Bayer Leverkusen versus Karl Zeiss Jena, Werder Bremen versus Bayern Munich, and Turbine Potsdam versus Wolfsburg. And finally, in the European section, on the continent that is, majority of the games take place on Saturday, so tomorrow. We have Eibar versus Real Sociedad, Atletico Madrid versus Real Betis, which should be a really good game to watch. I think the pick out of the weekend's games. We have Barcelona versus Rayo Vallecano, Villarreal versus Valencia, Sporting Huelva versus Sevilla, Granadilla Tenerife versus Athletic Club Bilbao. And then on Sunday we have the Battle of Madrid as Madrid CFF take on Real Madrid, and finish off with Alaves versus Levante. Again, this is not the end of the Primera Iberdrola, as we have games on Wednesday, which I'll talk about later on in next week's video. But we do not have games from Spain or Italy or France this weekend, as they are on their winter break already. And then finally, here in England, the WSL games, we have Manchester United versus Aston Villa, Chelsea versus West Ham, Tottenham versus Everton, Leicester versus Birmingham, and Arsenal versus Brighton. We was meant to have Manchester City versus Reading, but that has been postponed due to Man City being unable to field a team due to illnesses and COVID related. Right, we will be back next week to wrap up all the weekend's action and any talking points from around the world of women's football, and have a reaction to the Champions League quarter-final draw, which takes place on Monday. And until next time, like I said at the start, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at WF Talk for all the latest women's football stories. And until next time, we'll see you soon.